Good morning, boys and girls. I'm going to go over your math at home for today, Thursday, November 5th. Our lesson today is about counting on to add. So this is our I can sentence. Say this after me. I can count on to add. We've been learning different ways to add, and a lot of times we have just been drawing pictures to be able to add two numbers together. But today we're going to be able to learn how to just count on and be able to hopefully add a little bit quicker. So here's the first thing that we're going to do. We're going to look at this addition sentence. 2 plus 5 equals blank. The way you count on to add, the first thing we need to do is we need to figure out which addend is the greater number. So which number is greater, 2 or 5? It's the 5. So we're going to circle the 5 so that we can remember that it's the greatest. And I'm going to actually write it in the box here. And we're going to kind of pretend like there's 5 things inside that box. Well, to count on to add, we are going to count up 2 more. So we'll start with 5 because there's 5 in the box. And then we're going to add 2 to that. So we're going to say there's 5 and then 6, 7, because we added 2 boxes to that, 2 things to go in the box. So to add, count on to add, we say 5, 6, 7. So the sum is 7. Now another way to do that is you can also use your fingers if you want to kind of hold 5 in your head. So you've got 5. You can remember we're starting with 5, and then we're going to count up 2 more. So we're going to count up 2 more fingers. So we're going to say we've got 5, 6, 7. So that's adding 2 more. So we counted on to add. Now look at this problem because there's several that look like this in your math lesson today. And I don't want them to trick you up. All they've done is they've just switched where they have the problem and the sum, but it does not change anything. It's just like writing this problem here like this. Well, 2 plus 5 still equals 7. So it does not matter where you have your answer and your add-ins, your sum and your add-ins. So they've just kind of flip-flopped those. So we still do this the same way. We look at the problem. Here's the problem on this side, and we circle the largest addend. Which addend is the biggest number? It's 7. So we're going to circle 7, and I'm going to kind of write it in our box here so that we remember 7 is the greatest number. How many are we going to need to count on? We're going to count on 2. So let's draw us 2 little boxes, or we can do circles, however you want to do that, and we're going to count on. So we start with 7, and we count up and we say 8, 9. 7 plus 2 equals 9. So we'll write that on this side. And the way you would actually read this addition sentence is 9 equals 7 plus 2. Same thing. Remember, it's the same thing as writing 7 plus 2 equals 9. Don't let that trick you. Okay, let's look at it a couple more. Here's some that you'll see today. Now there's not a whole lot of space for you to draw, but if you need to draw a couple dots or something to help you add, you can. The thing that you need to remember to do first, since we're counting on, is you want to circle the biggest addend. So 1 plus 3, the largest addend is 3. So we're going to kind of think of 3, and we're going to add 1 more. So we have 3, and we add 1 to that, and it's 4. You can draw dots if you need to. So if you've got 3, you can draw a dot here, and you say 3, 4. So if I count on, that's 4. Circle the largest addend. It's 5. So I've got 5, and I'm going to add 4 more to that. So you can do it with your fingers. You can do it in your head to count on. Or if you need to draw those 4 dots and then count on, you've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then here, 2 plus 6, the largest addend is 6, so I'm going to circle 6, and I'm going to count up 2. Let me show you how to do that with your fingers. So I have 6, and I'm going to add 2 more, right? So I'm going to think, okay, I have 6, 7, 8. So 6 plus 2, or 2 plus 6 is 8. Remember, we can do that switcheroo to help us too. So that's how you do those. Now this is a little math story. It's a little tricky. There's one similar to this in your math today, and it's about hats. So I wrote us a math story that uses pencils instead. So listen to this math story. Will has 5 pencils. Meg has 2 pencils. They put their pencils together in a box. So we have to figure out how many pencils do they have together. What's my first addend? Well, we know Will has 5 pencils. And how many did Meg have? Oh, Meg has 2. Now we're going to use counting on to add. So which of those is the largest number, the largest addend? It's 5. So I'm going to think 5 and count up 2. So 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now it says, then Will puts 1 more pencil in the box. How many pencils are in the box? Oh, that's the tricky part. Well, if you remember, now we have 7 pencils in the box. Remember up here? Because Will and Meg put their pencils together, so we're going to start with 7. And then we have to remember that Will puts 1 more pencil in the box. So we're going to say 7 plus 1. Now, if I use counting on to add, I'm going to circle the largest addend, which is the number 7, and I'm going to count on 7 plus 1 equals 8. So there's 8 pencils in the end. So that's kind of a 2-step problem. You've got to solve this part, then you have to solve this part to be able to come up with your final answer. That is your math at home learning today. You do have a few math pages in your at-home assignment that you'll need to work on. They look like this in the very back of your packet for Thursday. This is the very first page. Just remember, circle the greater addend, draw boxes to count on 1, 2, or 3, and write the sum. And then the same thing on this page. This page, you'll circle the greater addend, count on to find the sum, and then you have 2 math stories that you have to solve. If you have any questions,